Want to know how you can gain access to capital to jumpstart your journey to entrepreneurial success? For entrepreneurs who are just starting out or those who have been in business for years, Minority Business Access is your podcast. Welcome to our show, where we will guide you in avoiding the pitfalls and thriving in your chosen business. Now, onto the show with your host, Solomon Ali.
Hi, Lisa. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. I'm really glad to have you here on Minority Business Access, MBA.
Thank you.
You know, I won't do you justice in trying to introduce you, so I'm going to allow you just to introduce yourself and just tell everyone, Lisa is really great and an awesome person. So, Lisa, tell us about you.
Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for having me on the show today. I am a entrepreneur. I've been in business for the last 20 years. I first started off in corporate America in the pharmaceuticals industry and realized that I just did not want to work for someone else, and ended up in the direct sales industry and built a very significant business of about 400,000 distributors worldwide, and that's really how I made my money.
Well, let me ask you this, Lisa. When you left corporate America to work for yourself,
Right.
was that a hard process? Was it frightening?
I put a plan in place, so I didn't just jump like a lot of people do. You know, I was making pretty good money as a pharmaceutical rep with Lilly, but mentally I was already an entrepreneur.
Okay.
You know, I did not enjoy working for someone else, being told everything I had to do, and then being told I was worth a 2% merit increase at the end of the year. I did not enjoy that. And I was their top salesperson on the President's Council. So I knew I needed to do something else. At that time in my life, I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
So why direct sales?
I always joke around and tell people that direct sales found me.
Okay.
And I say it was God, because I accidentally got an email from a gentleman who was very successful in the direct sales industry. We both knew each other from other companies, and he accidentally sent me an email that was supposed to go to another Lisa. It landed in my inbox, and it created a dialogue. And so we got to talking, and he told me about a new technology called voice over IP, and that it was the next big thing. And he asked me if I was just open to look at what was happening with it. And one thing I always believe is that a closed mind can be one of the most expensive things you possess, because a closed mind can cause you to miss out on your blessings and opportunities that could present themselves. So thankfully I said yes.
Okay.
I got involved very early, before anybody even knew what VoIP was, before there was ever a Skype or a WhatsApp or a FaceTime. And I was one of the first minority women in that space to really dominate it. And we built a national organization and then an international global organization very quickly.
Wow. So wasn't that a lot of hard work?
It was a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice. At that point in my life, I was single, I didn't have any kids, and I was just hungry. I was just hungry for someone to just teach me what I needed to do to be successful. And if they were willing to do that, then I was willing to work hard. And I tell people all the time, you don't need to even think about entrepreneurship if you don't want to pay the price in advance, in full, up front, because no one's going to generate that check but your actions.
So let me ask this, Lisa. People are looking, people are wondering, should they go out and become an entrepreneur? Some of them don't have any money. Mm-hmm. Some of them have very little to no education. Mm-hmm. Okay. Some of them don't have a network or never done sales. Mm-hmm. You went out, became an entrepreneur. You said you put a plan together. Mm-hmm. And putting your plan together, how much of the fear did it remove? Did it provide you a safety net? What did a plan really mean?
So for me, when I say a plan, I mean that once I started in the direct sales industry and I started making money, I had a plan on when would be the time that I would cut the cord and go full time.
I see.
So to me, I had to make a certain amount of money consistently every month, right?
Okay.
I needed, fortunately in direct sales, you can make 5 figures in a month. So I had told myself I needed to make that consistently for 6 months. because it can be up and down. I also had to have a year and a half of my income in savings before I fully jumped out. So that's the plan that I'm talking about, where I think a lot of people fail in business because they're undercapitalized and they don't have anything to help them sustain as they're growing and building, because every business has a phase where you're in growth, and it doesn't always make the big dollars in the beginning.
Right. So what you did, you took a very proactive approach to it.
Right.
You said, I'm going to replace a portion of my income for a certain period of time.
Right.
Okay.
But I took a approach with the direct sales business because, one, you don't need a lot of capital to get started.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Indirect sales. Now, I'm not saying that's the case in traditional businesses, but in the direct sales industry, you can start a business for, say, under $1,000.
And become successful.
With it.
Okay.
However, because it doesn't cost a lot to get started, many people treat it like a hobby instead of a business. But if you will find the right company, the right products, the right compensation model that works for you, and you will work as hard at it as you work at your job, then it can replace your job. But you have to be willing to treat it like a business and not a hobby.
So when you say treat it like a business and not a hobby, could you explain that?
I mean, you have to work it every single day. No one's going to tell you to go make calls. No one's going to tell you to go do a home presentation. No one's going to tell you to, go out and network with people and get their information. You got to be self-motivated to be able to do that part on your own. That's the work ethic that I talk about.
That I find that to be so amazing. Sales scared me because that's what it sounds like. And to have to go out and sell, especially selling myself, I can't imagine leaving a job.
Sales scares a lot of people.
Okay, well, tell us about that.
Fortunately, I come from sales. Okay. And to me, everything in life is a sale.
Yes,
you are selling yourself every single day. You're selling other people's businesses every single day.
That's
if you
true.
refer someone to a restaurant, you're selling that restaurant. If you refer someone to a good movie, you're selling that movie. So I think what people are mostly afraid of is not the selling aspect, it's the rejection, the negative people. So when you can reset your mind to not think of it as rejection, but just as a no, and you got to go through the numbers to get to your yes, then you don't take it personal. I look at every no as getting me that much closer to the person that's going to say yes. So when someone doesn't see what I see and they don't believe in the opportunity, okay, no problem. Next.
So as an extremely successful person, a black female that's successful, going out there just doing your thing, okay, what do you say to other black women?
What I say, and I see it all the time. I see women that are where I was 10 years ago. I see women that are where I'm at now. The thing that you have to remember is that sometimes when we first get into it, we're chasing that check. We just want to grind. We want to get the bag, quote unquote. Everybody wants to get the bag, right? But what I think people should really think about is, what is the lifestyle you want to get? Not so much the money, because at the end of the day, if you were to get sick and end up in an emergency hospital, you would not be sitting around counting your money. You wouldn't.
Okay.
You'd be thinking about, what are the relationships that are important to me? What is my relationship with God? Right. What am I getting ready to leave to my kids? It's your lifestyle, it's your legacy. It's having that balance in your life. And I think early on in my career, I had no balance. But what I learned is that if I went out and I drove, and I created all this success, your family will start to resent you because you're never around to enjoy the little details of life. But if you can have that balance where you incorporate them into what you're doing, like I used to always take my kids to presentations, and I would have them sit at the table and teach them how to sell product and how to fill out forms, and I would take my kids to national so they could hear powerful people speak like Les Brown or Anthony Robbins. So I am built them into my world. I didn't just leave and go work. And to me, that made a huge difference in, one, the lessons that I taught my kids, but two, me having balance in my life.
So you listen, I know Les, and earlier you said got to be hungry.
You gotta be hungry.
Okay. So how much did that help you in listening to other motivational speakers such as Les and things of that nature?
You gotta be not just hungry, you gotta be starving. You just gotta be at a place where you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. You gotta be sick and tired of looking at your bank account and wondering if the next bill is gonna go through. You gotta be sick and tired of going into a job when you hate your boss and you hate what you're doing, but you just make yourself do it because you gotta pay. You gotta get to that point where enough is enough. And when you hit that point, then you become hungry not only for an opportunity, you become hungry for knowledge. You become hungry for mentorship. And, you know, like when I would sit and listen to Les's CDs or, you know, listen to him speak or read his books, I just couldn't get enough of it because I just wanted to know what he knew that I didn't know that I needed to know to get where he was.
Wow. And was that really helpful?
It was very helpful. I tell people all the time, readers are leaders and leaders are readers. You know, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. We are our greatest asset.
Wow, that's just amazing. I know for me being an entrepreneur in business and doing what I do, the scariest part I think as a minority in business, and I tell people all the time, is this: the lack of capital.
Lack of capital.
They jump out and they say, I'm going to start a business. And they take whatever little resources they have, and they get their little storefront or their little equipment and things of that nature, and then they have no more money to keep going, and they got some business cards, and I'm like, well, okay, you don't have any more capital.
No.
And they don't have access to capital. So I always tell them, look, before you go do that, why don't you look at getting access to capital? Mm-hmm. And why don't you look at a particular business, maybe like direct sales and things of that nature? What would you say to that, Lisa?
I tell people to just use direct sales as seed money. You know, the money that I made in direct sales, I didn't just stop at the direct sales business. I took that money and I invested in other businesses.
So you parlayed it.
I took the direct sales business was just the vehicle to create capital.
Okay.
Because residual income comes in every single month, whether you get out of bed or not. You know, once you build it, it's there. So take that money and then start putting it into traditional businesses. Like I started the clothing line. You know, I started an organization called...
Well, tell us about that.
So I did. I started a clothing line, the Lisa Nicole Collection. Again, that was another business that found me.
Okay.
Because I found... it's a funny story. I was speaking at Madison Square Gardens with Russell Simmons.
Okay.
And I came out, and as any woman that's a public figure, we take a lot of pride in our outfit, and men too. We want to look good when we step in front of people.
Absolutely.
And I worked hard with that event. I wanted to really shine. But when I came out, the air sucked out of Madison Square Garden because the person sitting right next to me had on the exact same outfit.
Really?
On stage, God. Madison Square Gardens, Russell Simmons, and I'm just like, okay. So, you know, you have to laugh it off and shake it off. But when I got off that stage, I told myself that will never happen to me again. So I started making my own clothes and my own designs. And I wasn't sewing, but I would have someone sew what I wanted to wear. Okay. And as I started wearing my own designs, people would say, who are you wearing? I love that outfit. And that's how Lisa Nicole Collection was birthed.
Wow. So you saw a problem.
I saw a problem, and I fixed it.
You created a solution.
Correct.
Okay.
And it was a problem for a lot of women who are public figures. When you are buying off the rack, you often will have that challenge that somebody else may have on what you're wearing. Wow. So you want to wear clothes that are not necessarily in department stores, that are in boutiques, but you sometimes want to get things custom made. So most of our clients for Lisa Nicole, we custom do their garments. We do clothes for women who are powerful, who are business women, who are successful. So I have a very specific niche. You know, I tell people I can take you from the boardroom to the ballroom, you know, which
All
is
right.
the clothes
I
that
like
we
that.
wear
From the boardroom to the ballroom.
as professional
Okay.
women.
All
So
right.
that's how the Lisa Nicole collection was born, and it's done extremely well because honestly, I believe that once you can study someone who's done it, right? I believe success leaves clues.
That's correct.
Then you can duplicate it. You can look at their best practices, the things they didn't do so well, and then you can improve upon them. And that's really how I was able to build a successful clothing line.
Now, you're also into health and wellness.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So again, I've always been in the direct sales industry. We once upon a time were all service based. But as technology kept evolving, the company had to reinvent itself and it jumped into the wellness space. Now, initially, I was totally against it.
Really?
I was, because I like services. You know, I like getting a customer one time and they keep paying the bill over and over and over again. So I had to reset my mindset to products, because a product you have to keep going back to resell them.
I see.
Right? But what I fell in love with was the benefits of CBD. We were the first in the direct sales industry. We were the first company to launch in CBD.
Really?
We were. And when we got in, no one was talking about it. In fact, everybody thought when I talked about CBD, I was talking about marijuana. I mean, it was not only a process of getting people to try it, it was a process of educating people on what the differences were. But the effects and the benefits were so astounding that I fell in love with the product.
Okay.
And then I realized, okay, God, you have a sense of humor. Now you're going to allow me to use all that I used when I was in corporate America in pharmaceutical sales and put that into play. Because I used to have conversations with doctors for
years. Let me
years.
ask this, Lisa. Is it a gift that you have where you can see things and just put it together? Is it a skill? How would you qualify?
I think it's both. Okay. I think my gift is that I'm a visionary and I can see something even before it has come to be reality. The skill set is that I'm good with people. I'm good at talking to people. You know, I don't sell people. I just have a conversation with people and I can listen to their needs, identify their hot spot, and I can have a conversation with them that will meet their need. That is the skill that got developed. My gift is just that I love talking to people. I'm a people person. I'm a visionary. You can show me something that has potential, and I can see the next 10 years. So
you have a genuine love for people and wanting to help them.
I do.
Okay.
And I believe my success is not because I'm focused on what I'm going to gain. I really believe that if you help enough people achieve their goals, you get to your goals by default.
Oh, yes. You know, I'm reminded of a passage in the Bible. I know a lot of you people probably out there, I'm sorry for calling you people, but it is what it is, where Christ washed the feet of his disciples. And I believe he was showing us how to be a servant to other people. Okay. And I think when we're a servant to other people and for sharing our gifts, our skills, or whatever it may be, that we end up getting blessed or prospering in return.
I'm a big believer in servant leadership. I believe that the best leaders are those that first served, right? People ask me all the time, you know, I'm looking for a mentor. You know, I want to just work under someone like you. I could learn so much. And I'm saying, sure. But I always tell people the best way to find yourself a mentor is to first be willing to serve. Just be willing to do whatever they need to just be around them, to see how they are when they're in motion, right? Because there are lessons that are taught, but then there are lessons that get caught just being around greatness.
I like that. You know, I'm going to use a little parable here. The crumbs off the master table. Sometimes if you just pick up those crumbs, that can take you to greatness. And when I hear you, what I hear is the passion and the love and the joy for other people. And you started very humbly. It was just a humble beginning. You were fed up. And you decided that you had to do something different with your life.
I did.
And take control.
And just find a vehicle. You know, my mantra, and Les always kind of jokes with me about this, is live your dreams it's possible. And he'll say, oh, you got that from me. And I'm like, I might have, because I did read that book, but I just became Live Your Dreams because everybody that I was working with would say to me, can I really do this? Can I really become successful and a millionaire and be my own boss from this business? And I'm like, yes, you can live your dreams. It is definitely possible. You just have to be able to do the work and have the work ethic and be coachable.
Yes,
gotta be coachable.
I was thinking about Les the other day. We own a little technology company that controls a lot of the market space. And I was thinking, when I was down and out, I heard a voice. And I couldn't really recall, because you read all these books and things and listen to all the motivational speakers. You couldn't recall which one you heard. But I remember being hungry. Don't give up. Don't quit. Got to keep going.
Keep going.
And all of this stuff just started coming to me. And I just said, okay. And I'm sitting down, I'm on my last leg and stuff like that. And everybody thinking I'm out for the count. And I guess I'm just hearing one of Les's messages. And it made me think. When I was talking to him the other day, it made me think how many people he has touched through me indirectly by his message, because I could have gave up. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wanted to quit because business is hard.
It is.
And it's not always what you see at the end. It's all that in between. Can you talk about that just a little bit?
Right. It's like this. I tell people all the time, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die, right? Everybody wants success, but nobody wants to do the hard work and make the sacrifice that is required to have the testimony. You don't want to go through all the highs and lows and all the tests, but you cannot get to a testimony unless you go through tests.
Preach, girl, preach.
So, for me, it's like you have to know what you are in for when you decide you want to pursue entrepreneurship. And if you understand that's a lot of hard work, a lot of long nights, a lot of sacrifice, sometimes as an entrepreneur you are the first one in, the last one to go home, and sometimes if you really don't know business, you're the last one to get paid.
Oh yeah.
Right? So if you're willing to be that person for however long it takes until you've achieved the level of success that you desire, then go for it. Pursue it. For me, I could not stay in a job. I was miserable. I was unfulfilled. I didn't feel like I was doing what God had put me on this earth to do. And so I didn't have a choice but to find some vehicle that could give me.
So for my audience, Lisa, Minority Business Access, I like to tell people, start a business that's don't take a lot of capital.
Right.
Where you don't have to have a PhD, things of that nature. You don't have to know a lot, but you do have to find a mentor, someone who will teach you, train you that business. And so a business like yours in direct sales or buying a franchise, because I tell people, buy a franchise. Get a license agreement because the capital is low.
Right.
Okay. But you get that instruction, you get that mentorship, you get that someone teach you.
You
Tell
get
us
that
about
system. I think one of the biggest lessons I teach entrepreneurs is that success is not a secret, it's a system. You have to figure out what is the success strategy that the people at the top are doing to create their results. The great thing about direct sales is you have constant training, constant personal development, constantly people are pouring and sharing into you what they did to create their success, because they want you to create success because they have a vested interest in you. Same thing with a franchise. You're going to buy into a system, a turnkey system that if you got the work ethic, you got the hunger, and you're willing to, make all the sacrifices, you can take that standard operating procedures manual, you can plug into the trainings of the franchise management company, and you can learn how to make that company and that system successul for you.
Oh, amazing. With all the support.
With all the support. Yep.
That is amazing.
With all the support.
Well, you know what? I wasn't trying to go there, but since we went there already, tell us about what you have coming next.
So we have launched a new company franchise, and it is called CBD Care Plus. And basically, as everyone knows, whether you use it or you don't use it, cannabis is the modern day gold rush.
Okay.
And it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it is a matter of when. You know, there have been states that have totally shifted their economies because they legalized this natural product, right?
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. We are not saying get into marijuana. That's not what CBD is. Marijuana has high THC and it's not legal in all states. CBD has low THC and it is legal now in 48 out of 50 states.
So that's what you franchise.
So the franchise model is a concept called CBD Care Plus. Now, many people probably already see CBD shops popping up everywhere, but that particular business model is strictly retail. Okay. So what we offer with CBD Care Plus is not only do we give you the opportunity to retail CBD products, but we also position you to take advantage of the very, very booming and lucrative medical spa industry. So every one of our franchises comes with its own medical director that can oversee practitioners, mid-level practitioners, so that you can also provide services like CBD facials, CBD massages. A CBD massage is very different from a regular massage.
In what way?
Because a regular massage is going to alleviate stress. The whole goal is just to kind of massage the toxins out of the muscle to relax you. A CBD massage is not only going to do that, but it's also going to provide you with relief of pain. So if you have backache or you have sciatic pain or you have any kind of ache or pain, you're going to have it's going to disappear just like that.
Really?
From a CBD massage.
So
because CBD goes directly into the pores and deals with inflammation.
So let me see if I understand this correctly. You're opening up spas where you're going to train people. They can own their own business. Startup capital is low. Did I get that right?
Yeah, low investment, right? We have resources in place that can pretty much fund a person, a business owner who might want to get into the business. We're going to set you up to be able to be a retail store with CBD products, great CBD products. You're also going to have a medical spa side where you can do medical spa services, facials, massages, microdermabrasion, non-invasive procedures that are very holistic, right? Wellness, right? So other procedures that we have in our medical centers are eye lipo, which for those of you who know anything about liposuction is very dangerous because it's surgical, it's invasive. But eye lipo is nothing invasive. It's like you put these laser pads on your stomach and it melts the fat away. So we have those kind of services. We have services for men who suffer from erectile dysfunction, right? Where you don't have to take a pill.
Oh,
so,
don't look at me on that one.
I'm not looking at anybody. But what I will say is there's a reason why Viagra and Cialis are blockbuster drugs.
Okay.
It's a very common condition that men suffer from. And there's state-of-the-art technology now available for men that will increase blood circulation to that area and make you as viral as you were when you were 18, 19.
I think I'm still there. But let me ask this question.
That's what everyone says.
In these spas, because I'm thinking of the traditional spa.
Right.
Like I have my girl likes to go have a couples massage and stuff like that. So you guys have that too.
Yeah, you can do all of that. It's all of the latest advancements with medical spas. It's different from a spa though.
So rather than just getting a good massage, that shoulder that's hurting me,
you're going to alleviate pain.
I can alleviate that.
Yep. It's a facility.
Can I alleviate some of her nagging?
Probably, because anytime you make a woman feel like a queen, you're not going to get nagging. You're going to get loving.
Guys, you hear that?
You're going to get loving. Take your woman to a spa, and you're going to get some good loving. Treat her like the queen that she is.
All right.
But it's not just a spa. I want to differentiate the difference between a spa and a medical spa. A medical spa has a medical director. So you are able to do procedures that a regular spa cannot do. Right? So it creates additional revenue for any franchise owner to be able to offer these additional services.
So like that fat around my belly,
Correct.
that this running that I'm doing,
Right.
don't seem to help.
Right. So come into our wellness center and let me put the eye lipo machine on you. It's going to feel like a heating pad on you. And when you get off of the table, let's take your measurements again, and you're going to see you've lost some fat there.
Okay.
And so the other thing that we offer is in areas where they have legalized cannabis, many of the states require, if you want to use cannabis, you have to have what they call a medical card. So being that we provide the spa with, or the wellness center with, a medical director, they can also be a site for those kind of medical cannabis medical card exams.
You know, Lisa, this is totally mind-boggling. I just find it to be awesome. Now, how would, if I wanted to get into this business and get one of your franchises, how do I reach out?
So you can give us a call. We have obviously an office. We're based in Atlanta, but you can call us at 404-475-2602 and just express that you're interested. You can also follow us online so you can see all the latest and greatest things that we're doing at cbdcarewellness.com. And I would just say stay connected with me, because you'll see that I'm traveling all around the country in 2020. We're doing a national tour, and we are really helping people that want to get into the cannabis industry, whether it's as CBD distributor, whether it's as a grower, as a dispensary, as a processor, as a farmer who's got land that you want to leverage. We're really starting to educate minorities and just cannapreneurs in general how to get into this industry, because unfortunately we're underrepresented in this industry.
Like in most industries.
We're very underrepresented.
Now, Lisa,
underrepresented.
I want you to give that information to them again one more time in case they didn't have a chance to get a pen or whatever they need to write it down or couldn't remember, so that they can reach out to you.
Okay. So phone number is 404-475-2602. Again, that's 404-475-2602. You can follow me on social media at Lisa Nicole Cloud, or you can follow the business, which is CBD Care Wellness. And you'll notice our logo because it's a medical, it's the cannabis leaf with the medical CBD oil. So you'll be able to find us and just see all the exciting things that we're doing. Stay connected with me so you know the tour schedule, because that's going to be coming out very, very soon. So you can just learn. You know, a lot of people want to get in, but they have no idea how to get in, whether they do it from a home-based business model, whether they do it from a franchise model, whether they do it from a just getting someone to consult with you. But get in, because it is the modern day gold rush.
I'm going to say this to everyone that's listening to Minority Business Access. Part of what I'm trying to do is, because we are so underrepresented in most industries and things of that nature, is bring you businesses that you can become a part of, where you can get training. And Lisa just said her business will help you to get the training you need, to develop you, to walk you through it. And she understands. She's an entrepreneur herself. She's successful. She understands the highs and the lows, those valleys that you're all going to go through. You may not know that you may go through them, but you will go through them. So reach out to her, give her a call, and by all means, Lisa, one more time, please.
Okay.
They might have been slow like me, see.
My phone number to contact our office is 404-475-2602. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter at Lisa Nicole Cloud. And then you can follow the business at CBD Care Wellness. That's our that's our Instagram handle and our Twitter. I want to just say one last thing.
Please.
Don't be intimidated. Even if you feel like you don't have a lot of capital. Remember, we have a couple of different models that we can help you get positioned in, whether it's a home business model, whether it's a franchise model, whether it's just becoming educated and understanding what the laws are saying and the legislature are saying, but just get the information, because knowledge is powerful. And I want to just say this. I started in direct sales. I started with no capital. I have done very well. They call me Miss Millionaire Maker because I helped 30 other people become documented millionaires in the direct sales industry. And now I'm very passionate about creating more millionaires by teaching people how to leverage the industry of cannabis, and cannabis includes CBD businesses. It could include, if you're a chef and you want to learn how to infuse your products with CBD, it could be getting into the cannabis space. I'm going to tell you what the laws say and how to do it. And that's what's important. Get the knowledge.
Now, that's totally awesome. Now, she just said something. She's helped create some millionaires. So you better call her. If you want to be the next millionaire, you better call her, because she's saying that she has a recipe to help create millionaires. So, Lisa, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate your
Thank you.
opportunity to be on your show.
You've reached the end of another episode of the Minority Business Access Podcast. Connect with us at solomonrcali.info to leave a review and access more resources. We hope you enjoyed this show and found great value. See you at the next episode.